Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Alright, back at this again. So last time we were left at the death of Sakura-san. So let's see what's gonna happen and see if my guess last time was correct, that the killer was, well, who was my prime suspect? My prime suspect was Hina, so let's see if that's correct. Second one is Byakuya, but most likely he didn't do shit. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Dun 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 dun. Alright, so we were going to investigate what exactly happened. Let's see. So everything seems to be fine. Of course, other than the fact that Sakura is dead. This looks like some kind of wrapper. I actually thought it was a handkerchief, but okay. Ah, Tess. Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Bruh, isn't that a bit selfish, man? I make sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Sure. Candy wrapper. Blood. There's glass. I thought it's blood. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and the bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Okay. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor. Okay. Don't know what that's supposed to mean. This is the bottle, right? Oh, yeah, these are the bottles. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there is some kind of Monokuma figure. All with different chests. What I'm wondering is, how did you get those figures inside the bottles? It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have. So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle is sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Was it though? Huh? The locker is open. And there on the inside, it's handprint? What's the handprint doing there? What are you doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker. And it left a handprint in all the dust. And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding in here in the locker. And they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion they popped out and joined the rest of the group. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not? Think back, before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. Cool. So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint. Cool. Okay. Things are not quite adding up yet, but let's keep going. Shelf full of magazine, nothing there. Blood. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. Sakura! Yeah, unfortunately she died. So let's see who killed her. My prime suspect is Hina. Are you sure it's Hina? Not very sure, but I mean, you, like I said in the last stream, even if it is her, right, it's not like willingly, you know, it's like Sakura wanted to help her, so she killed herself or something like that. Yeah, so not 100% sure yet. And I'm still investigating. Just started actually. So not sure what's gonna come up. Blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? It looks like there's a fight scene here, but things doesn't quite add up. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. It looks like a protein drink, and it is empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab. But that's strange. Huh? What is? You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. There must be parts of the window I broke to get inside. Is it? But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks weird, right? What does that matter? Oh my god, do you need me to spell it out for you? Oh my god, there's a scammer already. It's so fast into the stream. This is the first time though there's a scammer on Danganronpa. So it's not the Horizon Dawn on only. Let me delete the comment real quick so no one gets scammed. If you are not a scammer, please identify yourself. But if not, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to delete your comment. What does that matter? What does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but you are probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it will become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink. You're getting more famous. Famous for scamming, huh? So what do you think, Byakuya? What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I'd better go before he crushes my soul completely. What? I thought we were friends, man. I gave him so many gifts. Hina. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. Oh, that's new info. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry. And she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this would have never happened. Hina. It's impossible to have not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Yo. But for Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight. And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right? No, it's by poison, man. Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. It's a poison, man. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Ooh, poo, 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 poo. What? Is that supposed to be a laugh? Green? If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Oh, okay, thanks. Alright then, that should be it. I think we're done here. The door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, bruh. And there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only noticeable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. What? I need to get out, man. I'm not telling you to look at the door. Byakuya rude. Wow, that's just how he is. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. So roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? I think so. So Kyoko basically has evidence, alibi. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. It is around 1 o'clock. Oh, in real life too? Is that what you're saying? So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay, I don't see how that's important, but okay. Yeah, it should be alright. Let's go. Let's go check out the cam lab. Ah, fuck. I don't want to see a door, man. I already seen the door. Oh wait, I haven't checked Sakura. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see traces of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? Well, poison, of course. The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting? Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I called it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. You are right. I'm right? Or the poison, right? Yeah, of course. They specifically mentioned the poison when we visited the chem lab. How can that not be a crucial plot point, right? Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part. Then you should probably go talk to people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave. Which is why I've decided you will go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go to talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Are we not going to the chem lab? Fuck, I don't want to look at the door, man. Please just open the door and go out. Okay, let's go out this way. Alright. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Oh, okay. I wanted to go to the chem lab, but okay. Let's talk to them first, I guess. Toko is here. Oh wait, it's Aka. Toko is here. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds. Nice. Yeah. Who's there? Who's there? Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Well, what do you want? So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore. Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood too. She didn't look like she was in a good mood. Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time? Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Why can't I go into the room, man? What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Yes, I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Sakura has asked to meet with you. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? Huh? I just said too, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit it, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay. Strange, but okay. The other one is seaweed guy Yasuhiro. Here he is. Ding dong. And after a few seconds, yo, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check on something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way! I totally didn't. Why would I do that? Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw a girl was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. What, didn't you say she passed you the note just now? The fuck? Are you alright, man? Jesus Christ, he's breaking his own contradiction without me saying anything. Oh my god. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Yeah, let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, I don't looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Oh boy. Huh? Eh? Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Olga asked to meet with me, but I never went. So well, if you excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just a trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. That's weird. Hahaha. Cool. That's so weird. Okay, I think I can safely say that all three of them went to see Sakura. So that includes Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro maybe. Because the three of them are definitely in the same gang. The reason Hiro acts like that is because Byakuya told him to say this. And same with Toko. That's what I feel like. But I'm not sure what's the deal here, you know, like why, what's so wrong talking about it? Is it like when they arrive, Sakura already died or something like that? Not sure at all. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What's next? GGG. I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Of course, the chem lab, man. Why did they lie? I don't understand. Let's see what's gonna happen. Makoto, did you have your eyes on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant was, yes sir, I understand. Well, fuck you too. Let's see. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right, it could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do this footprint related to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen. Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I drawn up a sketch of the room. So how is this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me. So, when you look at it like this, interesting. The footprints are inconsistent. And, it would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tells me. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Yes, it's a girl's feet. It's Hina. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Let's see what's on this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. Jesus Christ, there's another scammer now. Please identify yourself if you are not a scammer, but if you are, I'm gonna have to delete the message real soon. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. I guess the C one is here. There's a C. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. There's a C here though. Let me delete the comment real quick. Yeah, please identify yourself if you are not a scammer. Alright, where were we? Okay, there's a C bottle in the A shelf. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They are reagents. They are reagents, to put it simply. They are used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must have been truly be blessed. Isn't that kind of harsh? What? Do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. See? On this shelf is one look and I can tell it is nothing but dangerous chemical. This look like the poisons and other powerful chemicals. C9. All of them are C9. What the hell? All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was the bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on in there. Chem lab shelf. Okay. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints on the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have only have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay. Still a bit sus though. Things are not adding quite up yet. Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Good point. You know, the reason I'm good at spotting the clues is because there's always a bling thing coming up when I see the clue, man. Smart, right? Let's go down to the rec room and see what's exactly going on there. Still not 100% sure what it all means. Like, it's not quite adding up together just yet. Probably need to wait until the trial to find out. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see, so along with Byakuya, they are both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying. Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body. Just staring off into the space isn't going to help you to figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? ... There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversively used to, although there are still some times. Can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, can't get used to it. That's totally normal. Then how can you? I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Bruh. What? Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look here. Huh? She went to the place? The lab? But it's more shoes, right? Wow, Sakura's feet is smaller than mine, no way, right? Her shoes? You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands up. That powder is clue number 1. Cool. Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it is incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain. It appeared that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows. 2 blows? Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there is one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one. So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. What? Kakuto ladies? Did someone put it back that way on accident? If something catches your eyes, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Bruh. Wow, she blamed me on Toko, really? No way, right? Jesus Christ, there's another scammer. Wow, what's up with today, man? Jesus Christ. Yeah, please identify yourself if you're not a scammer. Jesus Christ, man. It's getting a bit much, guys. But yeah, if you don't identify yourself, I'm gonna have to delete your comment, blah blah blah, and all that crap. But I'm pretty sure, you are a scammer and you're not going to identify yourself. This is... On one of the pages, near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood, in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message? Then it would appear you have found it. Kyoko, is this? It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Okay, let me delete the scam message so no one try to go to the website or whatever. Ha, said you poor soul. What, the scammer or the what? What's the other one that she said was interesting? What was the other thing again? Monokuma bottles, okay. I think Kyoko says she found new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. The chess piece, right? A correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is? I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer! I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Say, Makoto, fuck you. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment? Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that? I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so many scammers. Yeah, what the fuck? Today's a scammy day. Obnoxious Byakuya. I like how even Kyoko don't like him. Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glasses. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. Sorry, hiccup. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting. This is Kyoko. Sorry to keep you waiting. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing? I got a scale from the chem lab. We are going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glasses you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that is still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It will make sense when we are done. First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced, which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight. Now here comes the important part. Kirigiri won't let you know what she's thinking. Why? Because she wants to be mysterious. I mean, sometimes it's obvious to tell what she's thinking, even though she thinks she's not letting it out. But indeed, my character Makoto is super dumb that he couldn't tell, but I can. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they will be balanced out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there. Okay then, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? What's heavier, kilogram of steel or kilogram of bottles? That's right, it's a kilogram of steel because steel is heavier than bottles. But they're both a kilogram. Fuck me. How is that possible? Yeah, right, steel is heavier than feathers. No, it's possible, man, because they're both a kilogram. Just as I thought. What? The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together, and I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added. Okay, so the bottle that is broken is one of the poison. It's not the Monokuma bottle. But the figure is in there, so what does that mean? Ding dong bing bong. It's not very clear yet so far. Oops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? So fast? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. Boo-hoo-hoo, see you soon. So fast? It's already time? But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Bro, it's not even the class trial and you're out of your mind. Or the kilogram of steel and kilogram of feathers. I mean, it's understandable, right? How can I not make the reference? Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after another, and then... Bukoku, the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery! What the... Oh, I've recently just discovered the power of emoticon! Sure. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. XD. This is just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? Sad face. Yeah, he's right. That does make it seem sad. Now then, please get onto the elevator. Ooh. I'll see you all down there. What the hell is that? I don't get it. I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? I don't think I'm acting casual. I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begins its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? There's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault that we are all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Why does he have to say it every time, man? Open ye handbook. Wait, that's set skill. I don't think we need the ye handbook. Let's get this. Alright, that should be enough. Let's go. Class trial. Okay. Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. Okay. Wait. We've seen this before. Now then, where to begin? We already know who did it. Whoa, deja vu. The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, Ohiro. It was one of you. Idiot. I had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I never killed someone, no way. I don't want to hear your stupid excuses. Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Make your argument. IOE's account. What's IOE's account again? IOE's account. Oh, it was one of you. One of you killed Sakura. And what reason do you have to say for saying so? Because you all had a motive. You all hated her. Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have? That's low. That's about as slow as you can get. Okay. Ah, so hard to aim, man. Oi. Keep missing, man. Oi. Objection! That's not the only reason. Another reason you suspected them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right? Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her. I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? This is more like Ace Attorney shit, man. The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty. I don't deny she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her. I never went to see her, I didn't either. I never saw her. Objection! Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was a white with red polka dots. What does gotta do with anything? Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper of candy I gave Sakura. Originally PSP game. Yeah, I know. What does that have to do with anything? Are you saying how the gameplay is? I mean, it's alright, but I mean, yeah, I mean, with the limited space of PSP, it makes sense. Why is it like this? But you know, I prefer it more like Ace Attorney, cause it's much easier. No, it's ever since we got into that warehouse, I totally monopolized the entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse. In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy? From Sakura. It's the only explanation. I mean, yeah, sure. I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her. When did she give it to you? The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right? Yeah, I said I got it sometime before that. But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is because Sakura only get it after that. I'm not so sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy. Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, So it's so hard to aim when I played on PSP. Understandable. I mean, the control is the same. I'm using a controller. If I used my mouse, it's a lot easier, but I didn't. So, but still, yeah, PSP controller, same thing. It's hard. Oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that? Why the sudden hostility? But we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me. You're acting incredibly suspicious. You're acting incredibly suspicious. More hostility. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof. Huh? Proof? What are you talking about? I'm talking about her shining message. What was shining message even be? At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka. That's true. I saw it for myself. See, Toko did it. What? What are you saying? No way. I didn't do it. You just don't know when you are beat, do ya? Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers? Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body, But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself. Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf. Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right? That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we started the investigation. If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, doesn't it? Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found a dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Oh shit. Can't tell you exactly when I found a dying message, but when Ogre's body was discovered, only after the investigation has begun. Oh fuck. I tucked it away in the magazine shelf. I saw the final words. What's your problem? What I said totally makes sense. On the body. By the time, where was that magazine? How do I store? Alright. Objection. When Sakura's body was found, the magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Coco found it after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Ah! Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message? Hagakure is too dummy to kill anyone LL. He's so bad at lying too. Yeah, so like he's never on my list, you know. Like I said last time, like he and Kyoko is the only one not on my list. I know he has something to do with the case, but he's probably just passing by or something. It's like he's seen something or something, you know. It's definitely not him, the killer. Tell us true, Hiro, when you see the message. Hold on, you're focusing on the wrong part. What does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage ogre left us, and you know who the killer is, Toko. I don't even know where to begin with that one. If he kills Sakura, he will end me right away. No, he won't. If he ends me, then he'll die, right? I mean, but he will definitely just give out information that you know makes us know that he's the killer. He's definitely that kind of person. He's just trying to confuse us. Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place? Yeah. I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100% without a doubt she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Moment of truth. Oh shit. Fuck me. Fuck. Wow, that was hard. What? I don't even know what he said. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger, but both of her hands were completely free of blood. Say what? Then who did write it? Hiro could very well have written it himself. Hiro could have very well written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Ah, he admits it. I figure as much. But why would you write something like that? Because I killed her! Oh my god, he's so dumb that he thinks he kills her, but actually she was poisoned by the thing. Oh my god, he was there when she died, right? And then he thought he is the one that did it. Oh my god, he's so fucking dumb, man. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. You admitting to killing her? Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said. You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool. And when I got there... Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Oh, okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks. And that's all she said. And after that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything. As soon as I heard that, I knew she was going to try to kill me. She was going to kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out and then... Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, so it's you, huh? I saw my only chance. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across the head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table, and I ran away. See, he even admitted LMAO. Oh my god. I can't believe you. You're the worst. I hope you die. Well, that's what happened. Go ahead, roast me, boil me, do whatever you want. You're not gonna get off it that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We are ready to vote now, right? We know who did it. No, I think there's more to a hero's story. Well, what are you talking about? What else could there be? See, it's Hina. It's Hina, man. There's one thing that hero's story just now doesn't explain. Until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed. So what is that hero did doesn't make sense. What he would have had to do after writing the message. Why he picked. Why the magazine was hidden. Yeah, why is it there? That's true. Everything you just said, it doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? Huh? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it? Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I am sure I just left it sitting there on the table. Really? He's lying! He's got to be lying! I don't see any reason why he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime. Then he's not lying? Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident. I don't think there's any question about that. Then who was it? If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must have not liked what was written on it. Someone who wouldn't like what had been written, there's only one choice. Toko herself then? It had to be Toko, right? What? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it? Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have? But more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it. That's right, I killed her. Jesus Christ, Hiro, shut up, man. No, you didn't. Who asked you? I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle, but that's not where the case ends. What do you mean? What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer. You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it. Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer. So what do you want me to do? Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura. I don't really see why, but okay. We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Cool. Oh, so many things. I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed the monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything. You hit her from behind, and you only hit her once. Is that right? Yeah, just once. After the first thing, she went limp. See, isn't it obvious? How do I change bullet? This one. There was 2 hit. Yeah, fuck me. Objection. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds. Huh? True? That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head. And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her. But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds? 2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a monokuma bottle. Oh, okay, there was 2 bottles, okay. Hold on. How can you know just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 monokuma bottles. It's not just because her head wounds. It's also because of the monokuma bottles themselves. Oh, they're 2 chess pieces. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you understand why 2 separate monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece that it had inside. It was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right? From now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing. But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles? That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear. The coloration between the monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be, it's the object that monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. And that's why it's heavier. Cool. So it's not 1 kilogram of steel. Chess piece, chess. Eh? Ah, fuck. Chess piece. What's heavier? A kilogram of steel or 2 kilograms of bottles? Because there's 2 bottles. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a monokuma figure holding a different chess piece. King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those. And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember. So, what's that matter? I guess you don't know much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces: the king, the queen, the rook, the knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact in that crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight. Ah, so the queen was missing. So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing. What does chess have to do with anything? Yeah, shogi is way better. Jesus Christ, shut up, man. Yeah, wait, no, that's not what I meant. So let's say a bottle did go missing. There is still no evidence that has anything to do with the case. That bottle could have disappeared anytime before the murder. No, it's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case. How is it clear? Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand. Wait, then the bottle that was missing, it was broken. It was excited, what the fuck? Take it! The bottle must have been broken. What makes you so sure? Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it. Huh? That's right. We found evidence that shows there were more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene. And what's this evidence? It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence proves that is. Kyoko and I figured it out before. The weight, right? Monokuma bottle experiment. Take it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there's 2 kg of bottles, 2 kg of bottles instead of 1 kg of bottles. There was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass. What? So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. And when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove. It was excited. What, the bottle was excited to get hit on Sakura's head, is it? What the fuck? But why would they have to try to get rid of it like that anyway? Because of what we'll review about the case. There can be no doubt the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's some bowling aficionados. Bruh. Second attacker. Take it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked. The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. What's heavier? A kilogram of steel, a kilogram of bottles, or 2 kilograms of bottles? That's right, it's 2 kilograms of bottles because there was 2-person attack Sakura. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion. The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of the evidence. From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? What? And there's that matter, the matter of magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place. Wait. I admit it. Maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence. No evidence that I had anything to do with it. No way, you killed her. I'm sure of it. Shut up, man. Just shut up. Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her. I'm not afraid to admit it when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Sure. Plus, I just remember something that proves it. Okay, fine, let's hear it. It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kinda nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stick it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. You did? Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went in the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay, that's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared. So she was hiding in the locker. And you just decided to share that with us? After the shock of thinking I killed someone, I forgot all about it. Oh my god. Could someone tighten the screw on his brain? I think they've come loose. Jesus Christ, man. Dabbing. Yeah, what the fuck, man. Hero. Oh my god. Great character though. So Toko, where the heck did you disappear to? You don't know what you're talking about. I never went into the right room. I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide. What? Hiding in the right room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but mean. No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. New element? What the fuck? So far, pressing during final start without second thought. But from now, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Choose the proper truth bullet. Bruh. Shit, fuck this shit. Final strike, I have to choose bullet. Hiding in the red room, don't be ridiculous. Figure on the floor locker handprint. Oi! Oi! How to do it again? Final strike. Locker handprint. Take it! Ah, fuck man, Jesus Christ. That was hard, man. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. How can she not see that? Does this handprint look familiar, Toko? No, it doesn't! Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That will clear everything up, right? Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth. Okay, it's my handprint. Dang, she just straight up admitted it. Then you killed Sakura. No, I swear, there's no way. I did. I probably did kill her. Straight up again. Wait, what do you mean, probably? Give us the detail, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura? Talk, now. After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd sneak in first and hide in the locker. Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her? Yes, I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message. Wow, that's awkward. After he left, I just jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf. And when you did, you put it back upside down. I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry. Imbeciles, all of you. Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me, like a monster growling. And when I turned around, oh shit! There was Sakura covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you have to ask her. Her, you mean? Achoo! So fast. Hey, guess who's back? It was your fault after all. My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even a greater heights. Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura? Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully, when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see. Splattered everywhere! I was not prepared for that! And well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she is terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever. And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you? I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master. Just go away and die with your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it. But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem. Even as strong as she is, she must have still reeling from Hiro's attack. Hey, come on, that's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre, so that's good. So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna... Now then, let's start the vote. It's not her, it's you. Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some word for Hero on that one. What's wrong? Come on everyone. We are ready to vote, right? Let's do this. No, not quite yet. Huh? Not yet? Why not yet? Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed. Odd? Huh? Not asking you, man. Heroes attack, then Toko's. But that still wasn't the end of it. It wasn't? Tell your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about. Your wish is my command, darling. Bruh. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is Hina! Kyoko examination, okay. I was just sleeping peacefully. You know, son, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of her magazine. Saw Ogre covered in blood. So smash her head with monochrome water. Kill her in front of the shelf. Status of Sakura body. Chair. Okay. Objection. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of the death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair. So you finally noticed. That's just another lie from the bloodthirsty serial killer. Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair? No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way. That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. It's the blood, right? Take it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazine's proof is proof of that. Then she must move the body after she killed her, right? Or to make it look like I did it. Cause when I hit her, she was sitting in that chair. Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavy weight like that. Then what's the deal? Well, are you still convinced that the case has come to an end? But... Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled. Oh, that part is easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again. Huh, so she just hid in there until everyone showed up and opened the door. And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just knocked out the locker into the group. No, I don't think that's possible. The reason, no way was it. I saw it for myself. Take it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously, Toko couldn't have been hiding in there. Okay then. Where was she hiding? I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway? How do you not know? You killed her! I think the fact that I don't know proves that I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying. No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case. But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head. And? Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her. That's because you're overlooking vital information. Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it is. Yellow powder, Monokuma file, iOS account. I think it's a Monokuma file, right? What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it? There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? The shot to her head? No. Objection. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there is a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even trace of blood left around her mouth. I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth. If that's all it was, the file wouldn't. If that's what it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth. You even checked in there? God, you're really into dead bodies! No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I am into is solving mysteries. But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood? Some sort of reaction within her body, most likely. Sakura was poisoned. Poisoned? That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at. So there can be no mistake. You're making me go all weak in the knees. She was poisoned? It isn't possible. Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her. You can explain it? Of course, if you don't mind. Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master! But you are the only one talking. The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab, up on the 4th floor. Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along! You never would have, since you guys gave up the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene. Well, yeah, good point. There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this. Is that a poison? It's not an especially powerful poison, but it will still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it. Where'd you find it? The shelf is divided into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In A section, dietary supplements. In B, regions. And in 3, a variety of lethal chemicals. And that's where the poison came from? Section C? Wow, that's the question. Is it? Isn't it? The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where she got it. It was on the same shelf as supplement. I'm positive. It's section A. Take it! The poison was actually in section A, wasn't it? Huh? But you just said that section A was for supplements or whatever. Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all the nutritional additives. Yeah, so why? Because the culprit switched it out. That's why. What do you mean? I mean this. Bruh. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and... Huh? Master! We were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. Jesus Christ, Byakuya, fucking no chill, man, this guy. Imagine he's wrong, man. He just fucking dies like that. Whereas, if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever. That tastes awful. Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water. You can't just swallow powder. It'll stick to your throat. Idiot! He just swallowed poison. We need to make him spit it out. The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff? Huh? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the protein, of course. Protein? Can I see the bottle for a second? Sure. Do whatever you like. Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue. This is protein. It is protein powder. Huh? Correct. There wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes me wonder. Poison that should have been in that bottle. Where did it go? Haha, WTF, everyone's freaking. Yeah, what the fuck. But it would be funny if he just fucking died from that, you know. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which means that conversely, the poison must have been in. Could it be? It's protein shake, right? Protein. Oh, what? T-E-I-N. And shake. Wait. Protein strike? No, right? Protein what? Protein. Hey, it's not protein shake. What is it? What is that? Flask? Wait. Flask? No, right? Let's try F, I guess. What is that thing called? The bottle? Flask? No, right? Flask. Is it D? Oh, it's not D. Oh, it is D. Drink! Fucking hell. Take it! The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right? Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison. Holy crap! All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself. Something at the scene? A protein drink. Take it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right? A protein drink which actually contained the deadly poison. What? That's all it took to kill Sakura, and that is the true cause of death. You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wounding. But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures. For real? Who was it? Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see. Found in front of the shelf. The powder. Oh wait. Fuck me. Take it. The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you were talking about, isn't it? I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they are connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belonged to will pose no problems. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we will see who. No, the footprint is Sakura. It was me. The footprints, they're mine. Hina? Huh. Thought. If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know? Then Ogre's killer was... Yep. I did it! I killed Sakura! Just as I suspected. Same, Byakuya, but not intentionally, right? The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people who wear sneakers are... Sneakers? Makoto and Hina. Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya, that explains why you... That's cool, I didn't notice that too. I don't think I've ever seen their feet though. His footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I can confirm their size myself. Nice. Byakuya is good, man. If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, then left only one other possibility. Just Hina. Plus, Hina has been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime onto someone else, haven't you? I can't believe it. What about it can't you believe? Well, it's just the two of them were so close. That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. That's so sad. Wait, let me check out something real quick. Alright. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concussion. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme. Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that? I found her in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden. Now is my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poison mixture. And then she downed it all at once. And then... Hold it. I'm not convinced. Sakura killed herself. That's what I keep saying. You're not about to claim that she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship doesn't matter here. What matters is outwitting the proponent, defeating them. Not a person alive who sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we are all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself. You say that, but I'm still not convinced. How many times do you plan to repeat yourself? Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I am not convinced. Are you talking about the locked room problem? Hina, if you are really the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room? Well, that doesn't matter. Just cause I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything? No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me. Oh, another scammer. Please identify yourself if you are not a scammer. But, you know, if you don't, I'm gonna have to delete your message soon because I don't want people clicking on the link. Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her? And if I do? Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this. Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit. What doesn't fit? I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy. Let me delete the comment real quick. Sorry, guy. Yeah, I hope you're really a scammer. If you're not, please identify yourself. It's too obvious, too easy. He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you. That was... I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint. You didn't notice? Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do? Listen, Hina, could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the frozen and the protein. How come? How come? That doesn't matter. Hina, please. I'd like to know too. Fine. Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it. There's still Sakura. Byakuya. You're being too quick to judge. You said friendship just now. Sentimental thing. It's the sentimental thing that you lost, Byakuya. Yeah. You don't have to have it yourself, but you need to believe that other people have it, Byakuya. Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab. Well, I took an allergy pill, so now I'm sleepy. Good night. Good night. Take care. Allergy. Hope you are doing okay. Whatever the allergy was. Right away, I went to the C-section C and got the poison. And is that when you spilled the powder in front that part of the shelf? Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot. I see. Okay then, go on. So then, I moved to section A and got the protein powder. That's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. Took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. Accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back to the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it. The story you just told. First, you went to section C to get the poison, then moved to section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from section C to section A. Do I have that correct? Yeah. But if that's true, isn't that a little strange? Can you repeat that series of events one more time? What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy. It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you are satisfied? How long? Until you figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Wait, is Byakuya the one who did it? Objection. You say you went to get the poison from section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right? Yeah, what about it? And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to A. That contradicts with what you just said. What? Then maybe she moved in some weird direction in purpose to disguise her movements? No, they can't be it. Remember what Hina just said? I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint. What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this? Well, you lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A. Well, you see... What the? Oh, Byakuya did it, huh? What the hell? What's going on here? And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. And the footprints aren't the only one. What? Before I explain the part, I'd like to submit some new evidence. New evidence? Impossible. They can't be. Huh, Byakuya, I'm disappointed in you, man. Are you sure? After all, you are the one that gave it to me. I did? It was hidden in the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you of all people would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight. Just say it already. What is it you think you found? I found this. Huh? A piece of glass? It has sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed thanks to you in ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you, so thank you for that. But what is it? Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it? Huh? Me? Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass. Take it. It's part of the window from the rec room door, right? The window? The window? The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it. You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison? What's so strange about that? What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us, where was the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? Section A of the shelf. Take it. The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle. Then everything Hina told us was a lie? In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way into the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle. And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can be found at the crime scene was planted there. This had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died. Wait, hold on, you're moving too fast. I grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was unlocked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know that she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned? You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here. Huh? It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did everyone move it or tripped over it or anything like that? What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question? Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability. Well, no. Not that I remember. Yeah, me either. Not me. Same here. Yeah, me either. Okay then. That settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was open. Oh, come on, how can you say that? How can you know what I don't know? The reason she can say that because there's evidence. There's proof someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was open. Yeah, why put there actually? Dumb move. Objection. Remember how there was broken glass scattered around the room, all around the room, right? Of course, it came from the window you broke to get in. What about it? Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can. What? Oh, Byakuya. And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room. I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier, when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it. If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass. So ask everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate. And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound out in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the can lab. Wait, what? There was only poison there. Once the room opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room. Huh? If that's true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can. No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was. Precisely. She was alone in the locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there? You're saying she drank it, knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fictionist. Exactly what happened. Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us. Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room. It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre. What do you think, Makoto? The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. You have to be Sakura. Take it. I think it was Sakura herself. Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way. On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons. You're lying. You're lying. Stop lying. Why? Why would you lie like that? No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to the section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Oh my god, this shit again? Fuck me. Ah. Take objection. Hina, did you know that Sakura's food had a certain yellow powder stuck to it? It did? It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab? Huh? Wait. So what was the powder doing on Ogre's foot? And it was only in her instep, right? Sakura must have been standing right there when the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. Huh? And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound out in her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking? But why did Sakura pay the visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained. No, it was me. The poison. Because I killed her. No, you didn't kill her. The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. It was Sakura. Take it. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself. Yes, I was correct. Yeah. What? The killer was Sakura? Yes, Byakuya didn't guess it right. Wait, you're saying it was suicide? I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly. I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in the room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. Because of course, Sakura created the locked room. The locked room mystery was created by Sakura. I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway. That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body. And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky leg, Hina left the room. You said you were going to get everyone else, but your real intention was to go check the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints makes perfect sense. When you were done, you gathered everyone together, and once you were back in the rec room, I got everyone. Oh, okay, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see. While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. No, honestly, I should have noticed. I should have been there, the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know, would never have left her side in a situation like that. So Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder, and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet... So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura? No. 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 No, no, no. I killed her. I did it. That's enough, Hina. It's over. It's not. Nothing's over. It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly. Sad. Jesus Christ. It's kind of sad, to be honest. Yeah, what the hell? Oh, this one. So sad, Sakura was just trying to help her. So fucking sad, man. Jesus Christ. But Sakura didn't die. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the right room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then from the inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Bang. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd kill her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name, Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing, so as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine upside down. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there are 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura was really dead at this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and a queen chess piece. And that explained how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same person quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicions on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort cool, I like this art, was you, Hina. Wow, that was cool. That's the full truth of the case. Yeah. Sakura took her own life. And you claimed to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? That's what happened. But Makoto, how did you manage to? How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern? Oh, well, I mean, you still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand, and that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it will always come back to bite you in the end. Byakuya said. And then how? Total A, nice. Okay, I think we can all agree you make your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet. How to vote? Cannot vote, right? Oh yeah, that's right. Let me head to the toilet real quick. Alright, I'm back. Oh yeah, that's right. You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. But whatever, you don't really have a choice. Anyway, you just gotta do it. What the hell? Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. Sakura? So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Well, you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Sakura? Cool. So I was half right, I guess. Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself. Okay, we're done here. So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us. And yet why did you do that? Yeah, we almost died there. Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her to a corner. You all killed her. So that's why I couldn't let her to be the only one that died. You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It was Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It is my fault, after all. But now, you are suffering because of me. You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them. Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all ganged up on you at once, even you... Hina, please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They are friends. Wow, pretty sad, man, this one. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you had just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you. And you wouldn't even listen to her. Listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question. You tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you? Hina, you came. Wait right here, I'll help you out. Hina. Hi. I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that? I have a favor to ask. A favor? I like some protein. Some protein? Could I ask you too? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I will be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein shake she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura! Please, let me in. Please, open the door. Why? Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses. Just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet, you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And she didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner. And we murdered her. People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this. I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep right over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died? What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant. Of course I know what she was thinking, cause her and me. Well, what I'm really trying to say is, don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this? What was that? Isn't it obvious? A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already. Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina to put in her room. What? Then you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit. I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy, I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene cut. So then, what did she write in her real suicide note? I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. Haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place? And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in the darkness. Gives me the willies. Could you get on with it, please? Okay, geez, talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend, Hina. There's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish. As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here. It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me. You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool. You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched it over it for 300 years. I wouldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things. However, that was my greatest weakness, and because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind. And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder. They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate. However, as I lived here with all of you, as I live here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken. Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything, I cannot betray those who would call me their friend. That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura, I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you. Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic? Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness. I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me. So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind. But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred. My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal. My betrayal brought suspicions, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else. Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well. I have an obligation to get this situation under control, and to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I told and commit murder. But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself. If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me, and for that, I'm willing to give up my life. If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends. I've never had people like you in my life. Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us. She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us. She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite. In fact, she was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person can do that. It was only her limitless strength that made it possible. Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you, especially. The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they will see I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive. This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close, and still. But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so that you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death has no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Huh? First of all, you are in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember, we are not enemies that hate each other. We are friends who need to work together. Damn straight. It's all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whoa. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else. What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you so sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Huh. Lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Wow, Byakuya? Huh? Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it will appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game. There's no point in participating in a game which has lost the sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it. Whoa, Byakuya. Byakuya might be my favorite character after all. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever master goes, I go! And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire! Everyone? Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time. The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Punishment time. Wait, but Sakura technically is the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh heavens, no! Just cause the black gun is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. A special guest? Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time! Oh shit! Fuck! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no. Oh no. Excavator destroyer. Fuck. Fuck. You suck, man! You turned him into a mango hunk of junk! Ooh, that really took it out of me! Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at, you know? And I'm all about those grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grill is where it's at. Yeah, ha 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 ha. I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it is true. So it's okay. If it is for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him! Oh, you were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic! What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend! And you killed him! Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. He was trying to find things out all sneaky. So, you finally noticed him. Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was gonna play out from the start. What? You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge? Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward for in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting. I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as I really just get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billions times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody's who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all made us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're like super mad, like just unreasonably upset. Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript. Postscript? Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully, you'll act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue? I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been there. So I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. In other words, we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so the book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit? It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid. Is to get back at all of you trying to hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's not... Like I ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But hehehe, sucks for you, loser. What is this? What is it now? There's one last line in the note. And just let me say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die, she will fight you? Well, whatever, who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try and get some rest, And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Boo-hoo-hoo, think about that. Think long and think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celestia's trial was over. What did you do? What did you do to my body? Oh, answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What they are saying. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No. No way. No! I feel awful just thinking about it. Can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that. So, the class trial is over and Monokuma is gone. So, now what do we have to do? What else is there other than to head back up? Oh yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. But I Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that you a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat. I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones figured everything out. Shut up! Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Then I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flight? No. Nice. I cannot suffer the existence of someone who could disturb the romance between me and Master. What? What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him? Sleazeball? That's right, I call you a sleazeball, cause you are sleazeball. Apparently you still have a dead wish. Yeah, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends. Hey, stop fighting with Master! You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take. Me! I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. That's not too bad. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms. And before long, night snuck up on us. Ding dong, bing bong. It's 10 a.m. It's night time. Prohibited. Don't go out. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it. Down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Bruh, how the fuck did you get in, man? Kyoko? Yes, it's me. Huh? Kyoko? I said yes. So, Kyoko is here. Wait, what? In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here? I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You are unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. Whoa, what time is it? 3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Oh, is Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Yeah, what's the deal, Kyoko? Let me sleep, man. It's so late. What happened? I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor? Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko puts her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. I thought the door was locked. What? I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand into the door, and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor. Oh, what are you doing out, mister? Ah, she's using me as distraction. Yeah. Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh well, You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that, Yada. Don't waste my time telling me crap. I can see it for myself. It looks like you might break in any second. So I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try to tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know? Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now? Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko? Now you too? Whatever, the two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial. Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What? Didn't you hear me? We are leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Oh, okay. Yeah, go on, get out here, shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then, so goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but... Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave... Who the fuck is that? Mukuro Ikusaba. What? Kyoko was right next to me again, whispering into my ear. Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her. What the hell? How did you find out that? What the hell was this? What is this? Nani? Wait a minute, what the fuck? What is this? Another one? Nani? I don't get it. Who's her? Alter Lam. Let's save it. Wait a minute, what the fuck was that? Mukuro Ikusaba. What? Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her. Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. Okay, let's stop here. I don't think I want to get spoiled too. It's pretty interesting, huh? What the fuck? That's a big fucking plot twist there. There's one more student apparently. What the hell? And there's supposed to be a new murder. And who is it this time? I wonder. Yeah, so pretty interesting. Even this trial, to be honest, this case itself, Sakura, really sad. That's what happened to her, what she chose to do. But there was something interesting in what she said in her suicide note, that I won't just lay down and die, I will try to fight you. What does that mean? I mean, she's dead, right? So previously I'm subscribed to the clone theory that I have going on, that all these people are clones. But now something changed because she said that. Now I feel like Matrix is what's going on, because that's the only explanation I can get, to be honest. Like, clone doesn't really quite make sense anymore, because technically she's dead, right? So is it possible that they are living in Matrix, and then when they wake up, there's another layer on top. So that's why Sakura said that, like, she didn't really die, because there's another layer on top. Not so sure if that's what she meant. And fucking Monokuma didn't let us read it through. So that's interesting. Yeah. And quite sad too for just Hina and their relationship in general. Yeah, pretty sad shit that what Sakura had to go through. But it did kind of bring us all together, like all the people here. So that's kind of interesting. Even Byakuya is, she gave out already. He gave out already. Like, he just fuck this shit, man. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting to see. And then the problem now is that this 16th student, that's gonna be a problem. 16th student is causing a murder, or she got murdered or something, don't know. So that's kind of sad, because we are now ready to stick together and do and just survive, but it seems like this 16th student is gonna be causing trouble. So that's kind of sad. So that means someone will die in the next one. So that's interesting, I guess. That's quite excited to see where it's heading. This is quite a big plot twist, and I hope they explain it with details, like how is there another person this whole time. Like, if it is just really plot twist, right, then I will be quite sad, because I don't want it to be a cheap plot twist. I do hope they explain it better, like see how is it that this whole time we didn't realize this person was there. So that's interesting. And then pretty sad that Alter Ego died too, because I thought we would be able to find some info from him, but unfortunately no. The only info we had is the 2 sentence from Sakura. Something done to us. I'll fight you after death. Something. So that's interesting. Yeah, so that's for it today, I think. It's been going on pretty fast now, I see the progress. So that's something to look forward to. Yeah, so gonna stop the stream here. It's getting quite late. If anyone is still watching, thank you for joining today's stream. Yeah, I'll continue on the next one, and hopefully we'll find out if we are in the Matrix or not, or whatever this 16th student is. Yeah, so that's another weird thing. So let's see what will happen on the next one. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until then, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, and have a great night. Good night.